Hi and welcome back to MRTV, to a very special video. This is an MRTV Experience Report, something that I normally only do for my German audience, because normally, well, people come to the MRTV Experience, they check out all the headsets, and normally they are German. And also today, Marco, my guest, is also German, but he is ready to tell you his experiences with the Varjo VR-3. Yeah, Marco, first of all, thanks for coming and thanks for saying yes to trying this in German. In English.
Thank you. Nice to be here. I'd like to say something about the Varjo VR-3. And yes, it's a very exciting device. And yes,
we're going to talk about it.
Correct.
Exactly. So, first of all, to give you some context, Marco, he is also a VR YouTuber. He has a very cool channel. And the name of the channel is New VR Tech. And it's a German language channel. And basically, we're doing kind of similar things, right? We like to talk about hardware.
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a bit which headsets you normally use and what is your go-to headset, probably?
Yes, I have. My first headset was the Vive Cosmos. And it was, yes, the first experience is always the best in VR because you're stunned and everything is so great. But at the same time, it was a horrible experience with the massive Screendoor effect. I've tried to fix it. I've tried to remove a sticker from the lens. I thought, what's going on here? And now with this headset or headsets like the G2, this problem is gone, and therefore I have the Index, I have the G2, I have the PSVR 1, and the Pro 2 as well from HTC, and the Quest 2, and I had the Quest 1 as well, and the Rift S. So kind of a lot of headsets and experience about that, and my go-to headset, my daily driver, it's the G2, because for me the most important thing is the visuals. The visuals are very important for me, but when I play games like Beat Saber, I use the Index or now the Pro 2. But the Pro 2 is not a perfect device, but I keep the device. I was hesitating if I keep it, but now I've decided to keep it. Yes.
Okay, right. So you have lots of headsets and you have lots of experience. You are an absolute VR enthusiast.
Yes, crazy.
Crazy VR enthusiast. Right. And you have a YouTube channel, which is cool. And you happen to live in the same city like me.
Yes.
We're here in Dortmund, which is really cool. So so we like to hang out, and it's always great to have you over.
It's so great here at the Experience or at the MRTV headquarters. And yes, everyone outside of Germany, if he starts reboot the Experience again, take the ride here to Dortmund and have a beer with Sebastian and try the headset. Yes, I can say everything is great here.
Thank you, man.
And I like it to share experience with headsets. It's the hardware is very exciting for me.
Yeah, same for me. So we both we share this passion for hardware, right? For this hardware and to check out the latest stuff. And therefore it's cool now that you can also share your experiences that you had here now with the audience. Yeah, right. So your go-to headset normally is the G2, the HP Reverb G2, and the HP Reverb G2 is already like a very, very sharp headset. The visuals are really good, right?
Exactly. And especially for the release date, it's you had the G2 in like May or June 2020, yes.
Right.
And 1 year after that, or even more than 1 year, it's still the sharpest headset for consumers, and now their price is like $450 US.
In the US,
that's so crazy.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I understand the criticism about the tracking when you had Lighthouse before, but yes, maybe we will get the G3 in the future.
I think eventually
maybe
we'll get
next year or at the end of this year, I don't know. And if they go go away from WMR,
Yeah.
that would be.
I think
yeah,
nobody likes WMR really.
I like the platform, to be honest. I like it to have my Windows there. I quit SteamVR and I have no black screens. I'm still in VR and can do
Okay.
things on my desktop
Okay, I
and
got it.
restart. That's I think that are benefits from it.
Okay.
But it's a little bit. There's a little bit of overhead in terms
Right.
of performance.
Yes.
And of course, the tracking is. When we think about WMR, we think of inside-out tracking
Right.
and the not Oculus-like inside-out tracking.
Yeah.
It's not garbage like the Cosmos. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get what you. I know what you
completely
mean.
garbage.
Yeah, right.
The tracking of the G2 is great, but the tracking volume is not
Right.
so great.
That's the problem.
We need cameras, maybe at the edge, like the Quest or
Exactly.
Focus 3.
Exactly.
Oh, the Focus 3 I have also at home.
All right. Basically you have all
Correct.
the headsets.
Yes. Good. And when they put the cameras in front of the device and at the sides, we need one at the top, like the Rift S, or other ones on the bottom, because yes, we have the controllers always at our hips,
You're right.
in the area of our hips, and yes, the tracking is gone then in
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Right. I agree. So the volume they must absolutely work on. I felt like last year probably was still like acceptable, but if they come out now with the G3 and if they have exactly the same tracking, I will not be able to recommend it, because they had enough time then to improve it and to at least make it as good as the Oculus Quest 1 and
Exactly.
2, right?
And the G2 was acceptable in terms of tracking because they made it better. They added 2 cameras.
Exactly.
And then in this time we couldn't say, oh, the tracking is like the start of WMR.
Right.
It's not true.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So yeah, so dear HP, if you're watching this, probably you are, you need to improve that for the G3, and I'm sure they will, because normally they do listen to the community quite a bit.
Not like HTC.
You're right. As you see, you have to listen more to the community. Anyways, now we know a bit about your background, that you're a VR enthusiast and have all the headsets, and you're used to the G2, which is a super visually pleasing headset, right? And now people want to know, what is your impression about the Varjo VR-3? So for all people who don't know the Varjo VR-3, this is a very expensive, high-end VR headset for business applications here in Germany, including tax. It's like 3,800 euros, and you have to pay a yearly fee of 800 euros. However, there's still some people who buy it, some simmers, and I still, like in every video I say it, I hope that Varjo will come out with a consumer headset, because I, for myself, really enjoy the super sharpness. But it's not about my experiences now. You want to hear somebody else, somebody who is not MRTV and who has looked at it now for quite reasonable time right now.
Yes, I've played a lot of games,
Yeah.
like 1 hour.
Yes.
And yeah, should I start?
Yeah, please. What are your impressions?
I've just to let you know, that's not the first time I've tried the device today. I think 3 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I
Two, 3. Yes, I was here together with William from Dynext, another German YouTuber, and it was really exciting. And I've seen the sharpness and the lenses. Everything was great, but
The first time you tried it 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Yes, correct. But I had like problems with the visuals, with the lenses. I don't know, but I think you need to try the headset again, the second time. And now today I can say it's totally different. Even
That's so interesting, though.
Yes, I was excited. I thought this was a great device, but I said that the G2 is always really sharp, but the lenses are not so good as this one. But today, I would say there are things about the VR3 that are even better than the G2. And that was really, really strange for me today.
Okay.
To
So today you felt it was better than your first try.
correct, and I think it was because today I wear my glasses, and the first time I wear contact lenses. Is it the right term?
Yeah, contact
in English?
lenses,
Yes,
right,
okay. I'm a German YouTuber. English
you
is
don't,
not
yeah.
correct. Normally I speak German,
yeah.
and it was different. It was really different than the first try, and it was so amazing today. And so like 50% better than the
Wow,
last time. I don't know if it's because it was the second time I've tried it, or because I used my glasses, which I wear every day.
Okay, perhaps.
Yes,
Perhaps, who knows?
because the optics are very. It's a very important thing. Huh? When we look through the device or through the lenses to the display, it's very important that you have your prescription lenses or your glasses, because some folks think that because the display is in front of your eyes, you can, if you are nearsighted,
Yes.
then you don't need glasses, but that's not correct. In the headset, the focus is like 5 meters, or no,
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know the exact meters, but it's
Further
far
away.
away, the focus, and therefore you need glasses. And yes, it's really important that you have your correct prescription.
Right. So tell us about your experience. How good did it look? Like, people want to know, like how good?
It was the best experience I've ever had. Period.
In VR.
Yeah. Of course, in VR.
Yeah.
I've tried a Beat Saber at first, because I think the colors are so vibrant in this game, and the sharpness of the cubes, and it was really, really good. And then I've tried Lone Echo, and this was very, very sharp, and the textures are so sharp, even for this old game. I don't know what they used there. Yes, incredible.
So beautiful.
And therefore, I've never seen this kind of picture together with sharpness, colors, brightness. But it's not only the display, it's the lenses.
Yeah.
The lenses are the aspheric, aspheric lenses.
Right.
So much better than the Fresnel lenses.
Yeah.
It's when we had this kind of lenses in the G2 or in the Pro 2. The Pro 2 lenses are, in my opinion, not so good. Then we could see much more of the display, of the colors, of everything, of the sharpness. And combined with this display, this headset is the best what you can buy.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is sharper. Nothing.
No, I also have never seen anything else in terms of sharpness and clarity. So it's
the clarity.
It's the clarity is just mind blowing. I also think it's this combination of high resolution display together with these aspheric lenses, where you don't have these Godrays, right? You don't have these kind of things which will distract you from the clarity.
Correct.
So yeah. So if you would do a comparison, G2 visuals versus VR3 visuals.
Just the display or everything?
No, everything together with the lenses. So like, how much better is it? Or what is better? Or just compare visuals.
Yeah, the G2 was always the king. I've got the G2 in December of the last year, and I've looked through it and I said, wow, what's this? But only the center of the display. And no headset came near the visuals in terms of clarity and display. Beside the G2, and now
also not the Pro 2, right? No. Even though it has a higher resolution, but the lens quality, right, is making it
for this money, the lens quality is garbage.
Yeah, yes, that's true. I mean, it's
I've made a lot of videos about the HTC Pro 2, and Sebastian
he's
knows.
bashing it a bit.
Yes,
in
a
his
little
video.
bit, because
because you're unhappy. I understand.
but I would not bash it a little bit when if I'm not
Unhappy.
yes, it's so disappointing.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know,
so much money, and the potential is very very high from
Yes.
this device, and HTC, the one of the first vendors or manufacturers of VR headset, and then they launched this kind of headset with these headphones where you have the bass noise in the right earpiece.
It's we could make a whole different video about
We
it.
will do that.
Probably we will do that actually, if you give it a thumbs up right now. but we're still here. So still the answer.
Sorry.
Still the answer to the question.
Yeah.
If you would compare the G2 and the VR3 in terms of visuals.
I would compare it.
Yeah.
And I think the display is only 30% better.
Okay.
I don't know if I could say that, but,
Yeah, but
it's a feeling
To
now.
get it, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
This show is about your impressions.
Okay, but the lenses are 100% better.
Okay.
Yes, there are not only advantages,
Okay. Yeah. Right.
but
We'll get to that later.
Correct.
Right?
but the edge-to-edge clarity is so nice. The sweet spot is endless, because the motors here will adjust everything for you, and it's a so different experience from the G2. But when you go back to the G2, you can see this sharp image as well in the center, but only there, and that's a little bit disappointing when you know there's a headset.
Yeah.
Yes, a little
Right.
bit more expensive.
a bit more expensive, yeah. 450 versus more than $3,000, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay, but yeah, your impressions, yeah, seem to be very good. I mean, for the visuals.
Of course, the
Yeah.
visuals are the most important thing for me, and of this headset, it's the best. In this headset, it's the best thing,
You're right.
because we talk about other things
Yeah.
the next minutes, and there's nothing like the display, the visuals, the clarity, like the VR2,
VR3.
VR3, correct? But the VR2 was also good.
Was also good, but it didn't have the FOV.
Ah, yeah,
it was like
okay.
a very small FOV.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so that was the difference. Yeah, let's talk about the colors and the black values of the panel.
There's nothing to say about it, just the best I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I've told you which headset I have now, or I had, and it's you put it on, and there's no feeling like, this could be better here and there. No, it's just nice. I mean, you have other problems with the lenses like warping
Yeah.
or
We
pupil
can talk about
swim.
it in a moment.
Yes,
Right.
but just when you use it, and every minute you get used to it more,
Right.
and that's very very yeah, it's nice.
It's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
But still about the colors and the blacks. So what would you say? So you have used only LCD panels, I think, right?
No, the Quest 1
the Quest
was
1,
OLED,
right,
and the
right.
PSVR.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't care about OLED,
okay.
to be honest.
Okay.
When you have a G2 display or something like that, or even the Pro 2 display itself,
Yeah.
I don't need OLED.
Okay.
It's nice to have, but
They really got better.
yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Really, the lenses are more important than display, and we have so much good displays in the headsets, but the
Right.
lenses were always the bad thing. We cannot see the display through some lenses.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, for example, the panels of the Pro 2 are so good, also in
Yeah.
color, right? But then because you cannot really enjoy the blacks, because if there is some bright thing, then you directly have this glare,
Yes.
which will like make this not look so good anymore.
and you
Right.
have auto brightness in this headset. You cannot turn it off. You can go in the config file and deactivate the auto brightness, or even the slider to. Oh, sorry, I speak again about the Pro 2. Yeah, it's
we have to make another video about
it's
this.
so
Just talking about this one.
disappointing, but here the visuals are stunning.
So the colors, you have nothing to.
No.
It's just like was good.
But I have to add that I don't feel like the G2 has a
Worse
worse
colors. Okay. So
display.
very comparable.
Even the display. I think
Okay.
the lenses are the best thing about it. I mean,
But-
I can see that this headset has more resolution. I can see it, but it's not like wow. When I have the same lenses in both devices, I would not say I need this resolution
Okay.
compared to the G2.
I know what you mean. But well, I had extensive time now to A/B compare, and then I can tell you this display is also better in terms of Mura, because I do see with the G2, I do see horizontal lines.
Yes, you're right.
Right? And this one, no, it doesn't. It's wow.
You're right. I've made a video about the Mura and the G2, and I can see it all the time. You're right. But okay, let's say the G2 display without Mura is not as bad as or not as good as this display, but it's not like I'm missing something.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Cool. So colors, blacks, Screendoor. Could you see any? Even with the G2, it's hard, right? But if you really want to find it, you can still see it.
I think
how is it here?
I think we cannot. We have not to. We don't have to speak about screen effect anymore.
It's over.
Of course, when I try to look search Screendoor or something or pixels, no, you cannot see it when you just use the headset. It's not like the Index or the G2, the Quest 2. I mean,
right.
It's we can skip the topic.
It's over now.
Yeah, it's over
with this generation,
yes.
right? Also, I agree.
Even with the G2.
Right.
The Pro 2 as well, no Screendoor, but vertical scan lines.
Yeah. That's a different. We should make this other video.
We will.
I think it would be very cool.
We will.
Yeah, cool. So we talked about the lenses, and now the next point that I see on the list is glare and Godrays.
No.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about aspheric lenses.
Correct.
Right? No.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Period. I've played Hellsplit Arena, and it was the night arena.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact term of the map, but there were like lights on the building, and I cannot see any. I could not see any glare or Godrays. No Fresnel rings.
Right.
So it's like the perfect lens in terms of the disadvantages of the Fresnel lenses.
Right. Yeah, and it's just really, I must tell you again, it's just such a huge difference if you come from like the Index, which is a great headset, but it's crazy with the glare and the Godrays, and also the Pro 2, which I actually like. If it wasn't for these, also for the glare and Godrays and some other little things, or bigger in his opinion, but yeah, then suddenly not having this problem at all is just beautiful, right?
It should be normal.
It should be normal, agreed. Should be normal.
It shouldn't be a topic.
Yeah.
I don't know, when you make a headset and you try it and make everything, you test it. I don't know what the manufacturers do. But sometimes when I use a headset, I think, what the hell are they thinking? What they are thinking?
Yeah. The reasons are the Fresnel lenses also have advantages. So the thing is, they do not have this pupil swim, right? Where when you move the lens, that suddenly the geometrics like distort.
Yeah.
And that's true. And even the PSVR has it, even though they found a good lens profile to kill it, most of it, but it's still there. And yeah, let's talk about the distortions here. So how is it? How are the distortions for the Varjo VR-3 for you?
It's a problem. You have to get used to it, and I felt like every minute I've used this headset in this hour, in the last hour, yeah, get used to it. It's not like 10 minutes after the first impression. I was
Okay.
not like, oh, everywhere are distortions or geometric distortions problems. It was okay, but it's not a way. I think that should not be the standard, that we get used to it, because it's very important that VR grows. And
Yeah.
when you want that the normal PS5 or Xbox player get used to VR headset, the
Yeah.
normal flat players, and they try this, they immediately, it's a psychological effect. They immediately say, "Oh, what's this for shit? I
Yeah.
don't get used to it."
Or probably they will even get sick.
Yes, get motion sickness, and
right.
they tell everyone, "Oh, don't use VR."
Right.
And I can understand it, because the human is like, yes, the first impression is the most important. That's how our Gehirn,
Brain.
of course, brain works. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know.
So tell people about the distortion that you see in this headset. Like, okay, what is it like?
Okay, it was
if you put
like,
it
yes,
on, what is it? What is it like?
it was. I've tried a lot on Echo. The first level, when you are the roboter and in the station, and the what's the name of the lady?
Yeah, I forgot it now too. But
Yeah, the
nice
beautiful
lady.
lady.
Yeah,
I think it starts with the chat with the headquarter or something.
something like this.
Exactly. I don't know, because there are no headphones.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a moment. Yeah.
No, just kidding. But there's a circle where you go into the next room
Yeah.
in this space shuttle. And when I looked in the room, when I got out of this this thing, I experienced that this circle where you can go through was like this
Oval.
Yes,
Turn to an oval.
correct. So I have it in front of me, and when I do this to the side of my eyes, it was oval, and
Okay.
this was not a good experience
Right.
at first.
So it was in your peripheral vision.
Correct.
The problem.
Correct.
Okay.
Only there.
Okay.
But you have always anything in the peripheral vision.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Whole the time.
Shouldn't be like this.
No.
Basically. Yeah. Right. Anything else?
No.
No.
No, it's a German term for now. No.
No. Okay.
No, it was always a nice visual experience in this headset.
Yeah.
I think I quite like the benefits from these lenses more than the disadvantages.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is really interesting. Yeah.
But when I think about the price, I cannot say I would agree with the disadvantages.
That makes sense, I must say. So for me, also, it's like I was just so shocked by the clarity of the picture that I thought that I just could see that in that moment.
Yeah.
Especially in the first time, like just a wow. And of course, I also saw that deformations in the peripheral vision, but the picture quality is just so mind-blowing, nearly real. Like
Correct.
Nearly, it's like, look, it looks even better than reality. I felt
in this game, everything was great.
Exactly.
In my opinion, even better than Half-Life Alyx.
Wow.
Because in the walls in the room, maybe you are in the Northern Star in the hotel, and you go to the wall. It's very low res.
Right.
Because of the performance they will save for you, no?
Right.
Because you are in the room and you are not close to a wall, but you're close to like a chair or something you have in your hands, and they've made the decision to make the wall or something like that low res. But in Lone Echo, everything is high res, in my opinion.
It's beautiful. It's unbelievable, right? That we're now like 3.5 years later that it was released, and now we look through it through this headset, and it's just mind blowing.
Correct. I don't know how's in Asgard's Wrath. That's the idea.
Yeah, I have not tried it as well. This probably later we can check it out again.
Yes, but we have to talk about the performance as well. You have an RTX 3080,
right?
Very powerful system with good cooling and everything. But the games like Lone Echo are not made for headsets like this with such a high resolution.
Yeah.
They made for Oculus. You can feel that these games are made for Oculus headset, where you have ASW, the asynchronous time warp, and that the goal is to reach 45 frames, or even with the Rift S, 40 frames.
Right.
And when you want to get with this resolution 90 FPS, I don't think that we can reach it without motion smoothing.
I think we can reach it with foveated rendering.
Okay, yes,
and this
sure.
even has eye tracking, so they could make it happen.
They could make it happen, but I don't think that we will get this on PCVR soon. The PCVR 2 is another topic, because every developer can use it if the headset will have it.
Right.
But on PCVR, it's too much fragmented.
Yeah, it would have to happen on a lower level. That the individual developers, you're right.
Correct, yeah.
On a lower level, that the developers don't have to include it themselves. Or if it was on the graphics card level, then yes. Anyways, let's stick here. So we're talking about distortions. So you said, like, yes, it's there. It's very visible. However, you did get used to it in the time that you were here, but it shouldn't be like that. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I would like to ask you something. Yep. You've tried Euro Truck Simulator 2 the first time.
You're right.
Today,
the first time. You're right.
And the first time with this headset. How was it?
Yeah, mind blowing.
Why?
Really cool. It just about the game, the feeling of really being in that truck is just so cool. So to sit so high. Look, I like driving in general.
Yeah.
But then to sit so high and to drive around is fantastic. And then. Yeah, well, I knew the clarity of this headset, but it just feels so real. I was really blown away when I tried it out.
Very nice, yes.
It's really cool. Wow. So I think I totally understand why sim fans who really want just the most realistic thing, the most realistic picture, why they would get something like this, even though it's ridiculously expensive right now.
And but even sim games are so bad optimized.
Okay, you're right. Exactly. But you know what? Now that we talk about Euro Truck Simulator, when I was in it, I didn't see the distortion. Probably I was already used to it, or probably it was just so dark that there is no in that moment, but I couldn't feel it. Can you remember it?
How long do you have this device now?
Yeah. Probably already 3 weeks, or no, longer, like nearly a month.
For a month, okay.
More than a month.
Yeah, you can get used to it.
Yeah,
definitely. But it don't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. And the reason also is, right now, I'm making a few videos like through the lens, right? Like comparisons. So I was using this for like the last weeks, the whole time, getting used to it. And then now, because I make these through the lens comparison videos, I put it away and I tried the HTC Vive Pro 2. And you know what? I thought like, wow, cool. No distortions.
Okay.
I thought like, okay.
So even when you got used to it, you can see the benefit.
It's better.
Yeah, okay.
It's better not to have them. So I did get used to that already.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's nice to know. It's important to know.
It's important to know. So I thought like, yeah, okay, it should be like this. It's just like, also like a few years ago, I got used to the Pimax headsets. And I was a big fan Oh, no, really. Big fan of the Pimax
Really?
5K Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time, it was competing against the Rift, the original
Okay,
Rift. It was
yeah.
just like mind-blowing,
Okay, you're right.
right? But then there was the Valve Index. And the Valve Index has a way not so big FOV, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I went there because it was just more relaxing on my eyes. And everything
Yes.
was right. And then there was a feeling that I had, even though this is so mind-blowing, but then I went back to the Pro 2 and I thought, wow, cool. Everything is right.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right?
And I just love a little bit about the Pimax experience because I've tried several Pimax headset and I cannot get used to it. It's like I've crossed eyes and I've put hours of tuning with the IPD offset and all of this, and it was like in March or April, and I've waited for the IPD guide, which should be released in April, but of course till today nothing came. Like we know about Pimax in terms of when they say they will release anything or something. And therefore, I just want to clarify that I'm not bashing anything, but my experience with the Pimax headset were really, really bad.
Okay, yeah, well, it's your experience. It's valid then.
Sure. But I can understand when someone say, wow, I can see it through the Pimax, everything is great. Then I can totally understand that the big FOV is a very advantage.
It's very nice,
good,
the big FOV, right? And for some people love it. Some people don't have the problem that they feel something's not right. So you can also super get used to it. I also got used to it for a time.
I'm scared to get used to it.
Yeah, for your brain, right?
Really?
For your eyes.
I've put the Pimax away and I need like 10, 15 seconds to calibrate my eyes for the real world.
Yeah. That is a good point. Like, if you get out of a headset and everything is just the same, then you know, okay, the optics are great.
Correct.
I have this feeling for the G2, for example. I can be in the G2, in the Reverb G2 for hours. I put it away and my eyes don't have to do something or have to get used to reality.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
The same thing, right? And yeah, for the Pimax headsets, I can spend time in it and then I go out and then, okay, first of all, something happening. Yeah. For the Artisan, I don't have that for some reason. I can also play it for long hours, but for the others, I still have this problem.
I've spoken to the VR optician,
Right.
and he said that you can get a little crossed eyes when you always have optics where you have to use crossed eyes, so the brain will the eyes will stay a little bit like that, not completely, but it's not so healthy, I think.
Yeah, right.
I can feel what he said because it doesn't feel good, and when something feels not good, I will not use it like that.
Yeah, right.
It's a feeling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Yeah. So, why did we talk now about the Pimax headsets? Right. No, it was about the distortion. I put on the Pro 2, and then I thought, like, okay, yeah, great. And another thing that I felt after having used the Varjo for so long, and then the Pro 2, I was like, what? The Pro 2 has such a huge FOV in direct comparison. In direct comparison, the FOV is like, especially with the FOV mod, that you get like a thinner face pad for the Pro 2 is really bigger than this, right? Did you also have the same feeling? Or what's your feeling about the FOV of this headset?
I'm not a very fan of, or I'm not a big fan of big FOVs, or not. That's not correct.
You don't care so much?
I don't care. That's correct.
Okay.
I don't care about FOV. I've experienced that in the last time, with the last headset I had, because even when they got like the Pro 2 bigger FOVs, I just don't care. I can see it, I can measure it, but after 10 seconds, I forget about it.
Okay.
I mean, big FOV is always good, especially in sim games or games like ETS2 or ATS. It's nice that you can see the windows in your peripheral vision. Even if you have to move your head, of course, you cannot move your eyes because it's not so sharp or not so clear. But for the feeling, the FOV is very, very important. But in general, the disadvantages of headset like the Pimax, for me personal, are more weighted or heavy weighted in comparison to headset like the G2 with in comparison a small FOV.
Okay.
But in the G2 I have like horizontal like 98 degrees of not of freedom degrees.
There would be like lots of degrees of freedom. In which dimensions are you living, Marco?
Oh, I'm a very happy person.
Yeah, that's why you got lots of more dimensions than the rest of us. But yeah,
Yes.
I think I know what you mean. So you simply care more about the visuals being relaxed on your eyes and feel right,
Yeah.
rather than like trying to max out the FOV and then probably have some optical misalignments. So, but anyways, so how was your feeling with this? You can still tell, okay, it's yeah, I could tell it was smaller than the index, or how did you feel about it? Or
The
did you not even think about it? Or-
FOV was totally fine. It was, I cannot say that it was small or big. It was just right.
Okay.
If I would see this headset with this FOV the first time, I would not say I need a bigger FOV.
Okay.
That's the statement.
All right. All right. That's, I think for many people, that's already a good, important, piece of information.
We could measure it because
Yeah,
I have a
I
lot of data of measuring FOVs with all headsets on my channel and so on. But I just don't care when I look into this headset. It's just an
It's an order. It's okay.
it's okay. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry for my bad English.
No, your English is really good. So, yeah, but that is, of course, for you. But other people they really care about every single degree for the FOV. I know, I really know that some people really want to have like a bigger one. And yeah, right.
Sometimes they think like this because they know there is a headset which have more FOV.
Yeah, right.
But maybe when they don't know that, that's not a problem at all. I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's always somebody with a larger one. So, but for these people who care about these sizes,
We have to change the topic.
yeah, but it's a fun. Yeah, like bigger than G2
No.
for you, everything is like very similar.
I've tested in ETS2 the last week, I
Okay.
think, every headset I have. And in A/B comparison, I could see that the Quest 2 was the one with the lowest FOV,
Okay.
with the smallest FOV. And maybe I could see this when I do A/B comparisons,
Right.
but not when I just tried and
Okay.
it was okay. And
Okay, good. Yeah, good to know. Good to know. So I can tell you that Varjo really like improved the FOV a lot. So the Varjo VR-2 that I also checked here in the MRTV headquarter was also a very good picture, but I even didn't want to try Half-Life Alyx and so on because the FOV was just like, no, it was not good enough for us gamers, for people
Okay.
who enjoy it. But here it's like, yeah, wow, they've made such improvements, and I believe for people who don't need like the super wide FOV, they will enjoy that a lot. Yeah, right. Okay, now another important part of wearing a headset, of course, is the comfort. So this is indeed heavier, in my opinion, than other headsets.
it is.
Right, so I
can
got
feel
around
it.
880 or even getting to 900 grams.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts about weight and comfort?
I think the index is a lot heavier than the G2, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I cannot feel it. I know it. I can see the data and the measurements, but I cannot feel it. But this headset, I can feel it. That's very. I don't know why. It's very heavy. It wasn't like I cannot wear it or I cannot use it. It was okay, but that's a feeling I get or I got when I first had it in my hands.
Okay. How about when you had it on your head?
Maybe you can explain a little bit my experience, because even today or today I had my glasses,
Yeah, right.
and maybe we can show it how
You can show the problem
yes,
that you had.
let's show it in the camera. I have big glasses here. You have to tell I cannot see anything
Yes.
on the monitor.
All right.
Yes. They cannot fit here in the headset, and it was very discomfortable for me. And even when I tried to put this on, I have a very big head, even bigger than yours.
Yeah. Which is an accomplishment.
And it was like, how can I get this on? It's like on my glasses here. I wish that could be adjusted to the top, like normal straps, not like this. It's fixed, and it's not like I feel comfortable. But when
The Vive Pro 2 does a better job here.
correct, the
I have to say
comfort of
something good about the Vive Pro 2.
sure, the comfort of the Pro 2
Yeah.
is good, definitely, and yeah, that's. Maybe when you have a smaller head, you won't notice it. But look, I cannot.
Yeah.
Sure, you can say yes, you have glasses, but even without glasses, it's not like you can get really quick out of the headset, and that's something the Index does very well. You have the knob at the back.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the springs in the head strap, and you can just put it on, adjust the knob to fix it. But when you want to get out, you can just pull it to the front, and you are out of the VR world. And here I feel a little bit like I
You have to stay in VR forever.
oh no, no, it's like I have so Käfig,
Cage.
a cage. That's like a cage on my head a little bit. It's not as bad as it sounds now. I would like to clarify that, but it was something I've noticed.
Yeah. Okay. So how about after you were in it? So you managed somehow to get into it, and then how was the feeling?
It was okay. It was good. It was not the most comfortable head
Yeah.
strap I've ever used on my head. And normally I don't wear glasses. I have prescription lenses from VR optician, and yeah, it's very comfortable. But when you wear glasses, you won't find any prescription lenses because of the eye tracking. Eye tracking is around the lenses,
Right.
and maybe the VR optician could make something for that.
Or any other company? This
sure.
is not sponsored by VR Optician.
Sure, but then you cannot use eye tracking anymore. Then the adjustment could not work in this headset anymore when it's covered from the prescription lenses from any other brand. Yes, correct.
Right. I got it. Yeah, right. That's true. So, yeah, I must tell you, I agree with you. It's not so easy to get in. Also, the very, very first time I got it, I was also finding a way. So, I think when you have it on, it's cool that you have two adjustment ways, right? You can adjust it in 3 ways here also, like the angle. This is all is great. But, dear Varjo, if you're watching this, and I know you're watching this, it would be great if you can allow here to put the whole thing on top, so that you can just go in. Yeah, like I also have the same problem, right? Like, okay, I have to open it to the maximum, and now, yeah, you see, it's this problem here with glasses. Yeah, no.
No.
Also, like this, it's like it's tough to get in.
Correct.
So if they could make it that here, or somehow you could put it up higher, like with the G2 or the Pro 2,
The G2 has a so nice headset because you can do like 90 degrees to the top.
Yeah.
And even if it's maybe not good for the cable, the Pro 2 have made it better with the cable management there.
Yeah, really. Must really say it.
Correct. So let's say it looks better than it feels. Because when you see it, oh, nice, you can touch everything, you can change everything here, but it doesn't feel like very comfortable.
Right. I mean, yeah, comfortable. I think yes.
You're right.
But
when you're in,
it's okay. When you're in, it's good. I think, in my opinion.
You're right. But
putting it on.
Do you remember my first experience?
Yeah, you've
I had problems with my hair, like every Halo strap. When you have hairs, some people have hair.
Yeah, I still have some. Yeah.
Then it's like moving on the top of your head because that's how it works. And I didn't like it.
Yeah, right.
So much.
That was your first.
I had problems.
I can remember.
I've asked, what can I do? It's just calibrating the whole time because it changes.
Yeah.
And Varjo.
Yeah, you have to make it easier to get in first. I think that's the one thing I could tell them. Yes, it's great. It's good on your head, and it's good that you have these kind of things. But simply make it to get in easier, because that's a real life problem. Yeah. Right? This is really you have to get into the headset easy, right? To make it comfortable, especially if you want to go to consumers. And I still hope that they will make a consumer headset of this to just show this, to just give people the clarity.
But there's another topic, what consumers need with the VR
headset. Yeah, the next point, audio. Okay.
It's I don't like this solution. I mean, I get you said that, or Varjo said to you.
We speak directly to you now, Varjo.
that the business users don't want audio. I don't.
Well, they want their own audio. That's what they told me.
Okay, but I cannot agree with that. But because they could easily implement audio like bad audio at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can hear something in VR because
for this price it should better not be bad.
Yeah.
It should better be good.
You're right. But it's important to have audio with this in this price range. Yeah. So you put it on and you cannot hear anything. Oh yes, I need another headset on my head, and then you're more like in a cage because you have something, another thing on your head, and I cannot agree with the argument that the business users have their own audio solutions, because no one would say with this price, oh, why is there audio? I don't need audio. Please remove the audio. That's not true.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. So even if they wouldn't want audio, they could still detach the audio solution that they would provide, right? Like the Index. Okay, it has a fantastic audio solution. If you, for some reason, want to use your own headset, you can detach it and then you're good to go.
Correct. I agree with you. Even the Pro 2 audio, I don't like it, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and you can remove it if you want.
Right.
So it's even an advantage over this because there's no audio. What's about the VR2?
Also no audio.
No audio.
Same thing.
So in the consumer market, no chance with this idea to have no audio.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, this is also, in my opinion, I agree with you. I wouldn't say it doesn't have a chance. I would still say, even if they sold it like this, just without the hand tracking and without the focus display, I still think people would buy it.
Yes. But that's a problem. If they buy it,
but they would.
Varjo could think that they do everything okay with the decision to not have audio here. Is there a microphone?
No.
Okay.
It's also this 3.5 millimeter audio jack. It is combined audio and microphone. So if you have a headset with microphone, it will also work. But I must really agree with you. There should be there should be an audio solution if it comes out for for consumers.
Correct.
Right.
Even Pimax had no audio for a long time.
Yeah, right.
The normal audio strap where the audio comes from this position here sounds very bad, but they have audio at least.
Yeah, but this is too bad.
You're right.
That one was like for the 8KX, right?
Yeah, correct.
Oh my god.
You're right.
That is like so bad.
The KD Mass is good.
The KD Mass is good, and
But-
probably the new one, the deluxe one, is even better.
Yeah.
But the one which was just there, that was
You're right. It
was too bad
It's
for the price.
even worse than the Pro 2.
There's absolutely no comparison.
You're right. But it's better than this because
nothing,
you
okay.
cannot hear anything.
You're right. You cannot hear nothing here. That's
Yeah,
true.
you need in VR audio. It's a sense which is
Yeah.
used in VR, like haptics and visuals. Another sense audio is very important. So it's not a gimmick. And I see when they just do like car work in VR, the business people, they don't need audio maybe, but come on, 3,800 euros or in dollars, I don't know.
Yeah, I also don't know.
Okay. You cannot argue that you don't have audio here
Yeah.
from a company standpoint, in my opinion.
Right.
It's like HTC said, I don't know if we improved the microphone on the Pro 2 in the interview.
Yeah, right.
It's just dreist.
Yeah.
What is
it's,
dreist? Yeah, very, very bad. Bad.
I will look out the word. I also
Okay.
don't know. Yeah, you're right. Correct. I also agree with that. There should be. Yeah. I don't know exactly the exact feedback that they got from their customers. Who knows? Probably they really have just optical things. Probably they're only working on 3D models and they don't need audio. Could be. Could really be. So
Sure.
I also don't want. Yeah, I don't want to say it's not true what they say. I believe them that they get this feedback. I believe who can make this kind of VR headset, they can also make a good audio solution. So, anyways,
You're right.
as a consumer, I would want to have audio.
Yes.
Right. I think that's just it, right? Yeah, right. So then about ecosystem and this being a Steam VR headset. Yeah, what do you think about this this decision from Varjo that this is a Steam VR headset with the tracking from Steam VR and no own controllers? No own controllers.
You're right. But to be clear, it's not a Steam VR headset because you need the proprietary Varjo base.
Right.
Yes.
I meant the tracking.
The
now.
tracking. Yes, that's great. So don't make anything else which is worse than the standard like Lighthouse. It's nice. You have the index controllers, you have the Lighthouse tracking, everything is great. So I was wondering that this headset uses Lighthouse at first because I always think like the Focus headset of HTC that they want to make their own tracking solution in the business. I thought that, but it's always the best solution to have Lighthouse, in my opinion, when you would like to have great tracking. But while I say that, I ask myself, do they need this good tracking for business?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What do they do with the controllers?
They work on 3D models.
Really, or are they just looking at it?
No. They
Okay.
interact with them. They design in 3D.
But they cannot hear anything.
They don't need probably for designing. Right.
No, just kidding. But
Yeah, right.
okay, yes, it's the best tracking, and I'm happy with the decision to have Lighthouse tracking here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So, well, you just had like 1 hour or so. So you can really talk about the Varjo base, the software, right? But I can just tell you, yeah, it works well. And
Great.
you do have some kind of things you can change. And yeah, but you said before we made this video, you said probably I should make a video about the Varjo base.
That would be very
And
interesting.
I think that would be interesting, exactly, because no one has seen it before.
Correct.
Yeah, right. I should do that. Yeah, so Marco, I would want to ask you now, how much, if they came out with a consumer version now, like a consumer version, let's say it wouldn't have hand tracking, perhaps, it wouldn't have the focus display, right? Because in Steam VR, it's not on basically for the super sampling rates that we use right now. And yeah, how much would you personally pay, or would you buy it? Would you want it? Yeah. Yeah, would you want it? Let's start there.
Okay.
Let's start there.
I would want it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I would buy it, I don't know. It's hard.
It's not coming with audio. It's like this, just without hand tracking
No.
and.
No.
But you don't want any more?
When I don't have audio, I don't need it.
Okay.
I've tested this kind of solution with my Pro 2. I've disassembled the headphones and used my own headphones. It was so terrible experience to have. You can have a wired headphone, then you have another wire on top of your head, and you cannot put it on your neck because then the headset wire is underneath.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, correct. And when you have like 2.4 gigahertz headset, you have to maybe have an expensive one because the delay, the audio delay, is very important of course, in games. And at the same time, you need a microphone because you don't have a microphone here when you do multiplayer. And then the market, there's no headset, no wireless headset with a good microphone.
Yeah, that's really, unfortunately, the problem.
And then you can buy like an Antlion mod mic or something, but you have everything. You look like Frankenstein. Yeah, so much cables. And I've used it a little bit, and now I accept the sound, the quality of the Pro 2, because it's like, yeah, it's you feel that it's designed to have it on your ears, and everything is attached to the headset itself without any more wires. And therefore, I would not pay
this premium
price without an audio solution.
Okay, good learning for Varjo. You see, I believe that Marco is very representative, I think.
Yeah.
It was also my first feeling. So
just go to Valve like HP did and ask, "Can I have your audio?" Yeah, it's so easy in the business. It's so easy.
Yeah.
When you just talk about it, the companies are all humans.
Yeah, right.
There's someone related or someone responsible for business relationships like this, and you just can ask and make a partnership. That's not a problem,
right?
Because they know Valve, because they have the Lighthouse system.
Yeah, right.
It's not like totally another planet or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you go to Valve, don't ask for the lenses. Keep your own, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you need audio. Let's say this had audio, the consumer version. How much would you pay?
Okay. This headset. No, I cannot say that. I would not buy this headset.
Yeah, right, because it doesn't have audio.
But not only this. Okay. Because of this, all of the disadvantages we talked about. The cage head strap here is nothing I would prefer, and the other things we talked about. But I will say now what I would like to have in the consumer market.
Okay.
Okay. This lenses, this display without a focus display.
Right.
I would prefer the motors and the auto IPD adjustment.
Yeah.
And I would pay a premium price for that.
Okay.
Because it's so important that it's always calibrated so good. Some people forget to adjust the vertical strap here, and it's not at the back of the skull here, and Yes, it's very important to have it, and with this solution, I think it's very heavy, and maybe fragile. I don't know.
Actually, no. I was
No,
using it.
the motors.
Ah, the motors.
Yes.
Okay, right.
I don't know if they can only adjust like 1,000 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably know.
No long-term review here, but it's a nice solution, and I think it's very important that everything is calibrated fine. So with this and audio and microphone, I would pay like 2 grand,
Okay.
but only with the motors.
You want the motors. Okay.
Without the motors, which makes sense as well, because the consumers, to keep the cost down, you can leave the motors out, but maybe you can do 2 versions, and then I would pay maximum of 1.5 grand
Okay. Right. Euros?
euros.
Okay. Okay. 1,500 euros if you leave the auto IPD adjustment.
And no hand tracking.
Yeah, right. No
I don't
focus
care
display.
about
Yeah,
that, yes.
you're right, right. And 2,000 with a nice auto IPD adjustment. And you know what? I also thought like, the auto IPD adjustment, probably you don't need it, but it's actually really cool
Yeah,
that
it
it
is.
automatically fits your eyes. And what I also liked, this will even tell you when it's too high or too
Yes,
low.
correct.
Like, okay, put it up higher. It will make sure that you have the experience that is correct.
Correct.
Because we had so many people that probably bought the G2, and yeah, it was just not really correctly on their heads, and then probably they had an unfortunate experience.
Yes.
So this is this is something.
But what's about eye relief? There's no eye relief here, is it?
There's no eye relief.
So we know that we have no problems with the G2 FOV because
Right.
we have like a VR head.
Yeah, right.
So, but when other people, maybe someone out of the audience will try it, have like a totally small FOV, super small FOV, maybe again like the G2,
Yeah,
then
right.
we need eye relief.
Right, right. Yeah, the question is, how far are the eyes away from the lenses in the default setting? Like we talked before, and we said like, okay, for the Quest 2, by default it's close to the eyes.
Correct.
And if you wear glasses, then you have to mod it
Correct.
to be able to use it. For other headsets, like the G2, it's exactly the other way around. They built it for people with glasses in mind.
Correct.
And they don't have to do moddings. And people who don't have glasses or who want to get closer to it, they have to mod it. That's why we're all modding the Frankenfoff mod, right? So here, in my opinion,
As we can wear glasses in the headset, it's too far away.
first of all, this, but the good thing is this here is already kind of thin. This the pad, right? So I think it's already not bad, but you could gain a bit more because you can still wear your glasses, right?
Yes, correct.
Exactly. And that is probably because they simply want to optimize also for people who wear this at work, and they probably wear glasses. Lots of people wear glasses, but there is still room for optimization.
Or let's say
Right.
it the other way around. We need an index,
Right? The index does everything correctly, right?
Correct.
With the eye relief.
and the index with this kind of aspheric lenses and display. So
Wow.
maybe Varjo, maybe you can get your money to maybe just contact Valve and ask them, hey, make a index 2, and we can give you our lenses
lenses.
and displays. Because it's not every company would like to have business with customers, because it's very strange with some customers, of course.
With consumers, you mean?
Like B2C, yes.
Right.
Consumers, yes, not customers, consumers. And maybe they can just make money of this technology with another company which is not HTC.
Could also be. Yeah, right. We have to make this video about the Vive Pro 2 at one time. Yeah, I understand what you mean. However, in that point, they would not push their own brand. So if this could be this, they could just stick to what they do and just be known for the brand that does the most high-end B2B headsets for sure. But in my opinion, I believe they could make a dent into B2C as well. In that high end where like at the moment Pimax is like alone right now. In that like more expensive area, you know.
But there you can see how difficult it could be to have business with consumers.
It's absolutely super hard.
So
It's not a simple decision.
No. Like HP, what did HP about the G2 itself? They have the Valve lenses.
Yeah, right. They work together on lenses,
Together,
the audio.
the audio, and the logo is on everything they publish. So it would be okay.
Yeah, but it's still their own headset. So yeah, I love that they work together, right? To get the better lenses and to get the audio. Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good decision.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's nice to see that something with this visual quality is already there, right? Even though it's not really attainable for the general public because of pricing and stuff, but it's for us as VR enthusiasts, it's great to see that this exists and it's standing here in front of us.
You're right.
Right?
We know everything, every aspect of every headset has is sometimes good and bad. And when we would combine every positive thing of every headset, we would really have the perfect headset.
Yeah, right. And we know it. We could do it.
Correct. And the lenses, we could do that.
We could do it.
And the lenses and the display from this headset wasn't there before the launch of the VR2. And now
VR3.
the puzzle is completed.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, you're right.
There has to be some headset for the consumer market which can add all of the things together.
Right.
And yes, we think about the PSVR 2 in terms of this, of course, but we don't know if that would happen, or maybe an Index 2. But now we just experience here with the VR 2 that
VR3.
I don't know why. Sorry, the VR 3 that everything is in terms of visuals here the best in class, but not really everything because of the distortions and the warping. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you can adjust it with you told before the profile.
Right, they're working on the lens profile, and they. I have hope here, because in the very beginning of the Pimax time, the distortion was like horrendous, and they have done a good job now to combat it with their lens profile. So they're working on it right now, and they actually already told me that they have a better lens profile for the Varjo, and that's going to come out very soon. So it's going to be interesting to try it again then. But yeah, I agree. Like it's nice to see that everything actually is there. Like the puzzle pieces are there. Like okay, the visuals. Okay, probably the G2 with the strap, right, and the audio of the Index. Everything is there.
Yes.
So it just needs to get pieced together. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually.
Sure, but we don't know now.
Right. Yeah, cool. So there was now more than 1 hour of in-depth talk about the Varjo VR3. Some last words, famous last words?
The screen is very incredible, but this is not, in terms of a whole product, is not the thing we need in the consumer market. But when you see this screen and these lenses, you know what we are talking about. And I can totally confirm that this is the best visuals which I've ever seen. Period.
Yeah, that's a cool. Okay.
But the G2 is very good.
Especially for the price. If you're in the US, for $450 right now on the HP website, it's a steal.
It's like
it's like you have to get
like an RTX 3080, and when you would like to have the 3090, you get a even better graphics card.
Right.
But the price difference is higher than the benefit in performance you will get. And here's it's the same. It's the best visuals. But the G2, in terms of visuals, for the price is even better than in comparison to the price.
Yeah, the bang for the buck.
The bang for the buck is the right term. in the US or something.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, cool. Very, very cool talk, Marco. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me about your experiences with the Varjo VR-3 here. And yeah, I hope that you also enjoyed this in-depth talk. Probably there's going to be more if you like it in the future. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Again, this is Marco from New VR Tech.
Correct.
New VR Tech. If you happen to speak German, then check it out on YouTube. It's a really cool channel that I enjoy very much. And if you're a VR enthusiast and can speak German, check it out, New VR Tech. I'm going to leave links down below. Also, tell me, how do you like this kind of format where I talk with another expert, probably here in the studio, or doesn't always have to be, about a headset like in depth for 1 hour, about all the pros and cons? Do let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to make noise for the algorithm so more people can see this video. And because this kind of video, this long form, it's not something that the algorithm likes, right? But I still give it to you because I don't give a freaking I simply want to give you these depth of information. And if you enjoy that, give it a thumbs up. Yeah. Thanks, Marco. Yeah.
Thank you to have me here.
Yeah,
it was
welcome.
a pleasure to try this headset out and everything else. And yes, very nice.
Very cool. And yeah.
Sorry for my speaking, my language, but
no, it's okay. I think they could understand you very well.
Good.
Very well. All right. That's it for this video. And I look forward to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.